Second year English, lecture number 46, topic first year at HARROW, chapter number 11. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Second year class, how are you all beta? I hope you will be fine and enjoying a very good time with you. And I hope that may Allah keep you safe and healthy forever. Ameen summa ameen. Students, I say welcome to all of you in my class, and let's start the very exciting chapter of your book, that is first year at HARROW. Students, as you know that beta, in previous lecture we started this chapter and we read that Sir Winston Churchill, who was the PM of Britain for 2 times. Okay, beta, and he narrated his own story that when he was a student, how did he do and who helped him and how did he not like the examination system, because the examiners, they wouldn't ask those things from him whom did he know, and they asked those things which he did not know. So beta, he expressed, shared his experience with all the people. Okay beta, let's start it now. In consequence of his decision, I was in due course placed in the 3rd or lowest division of the 4th or bottom. You know that in previous lecture beta, we read that how did he do in his paper when he had to pass the entrance examination to HARROW. So he did not write anything on the paper except his name, and then he wrote question number 1, and then there were blots and smudges, and he continued staring his paper for 2 hours. But in spite of this, he was given admission due to his teacher, Mr. Weldon, because he had the vision to see inside of the student, and he knew that this student had a lot of potential to do something in the future. So he was quite right, and Sir Winston Churchill beta, he got a lot of fame, and he was a very famous writer as well. Beside his political career beta, he was famous for his writings as well. So let's start. Okay बेटा, हमने इसमें क्या पढ़ा कि in consequence of his decision, the decision of the Mr. Weldon, ठीक है, I was in due course. In due course mean बेटा in the end या ultimately या finally, ठीक है, I was finally given the lowest division of the 4th or bottom, कि जो 3rd में या जो 4th डिवीजन होती है, एक फर्स्ट डिवीजन, सेकंड, थर्ड एंड देन लास्ट इज द 4th डिवीजन बेटा. अब 4th डिवीजन में या उससे भी निचला कोई तबका होता या उससे भी निचला कोई अगर रैंक होता तो उसको उसमें एडमिशन दिया गया था. सो द नेम्स ऑफ द न्यू बॉयज़ वर प्रिंटेड इन द स्कूल लिस्ट इन अल्फ़ाबेटिकल ऑर्डर. बेटा अब जो आपको पता है कि जब लिस्ट लगती है, ठीक है, जो उन स्टूडेंट्स की हु हैव क्वालिफाइड टू एडमिट इन द पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूट, दे आर रिटन इन अल्फ़ाबेटिकल ऑर्डर. ठीक है, सो इन अल्फ़ाबेटिकल ऑर्डर कहते हैं कि इस अल्फ़ाबेटिकल ऑर्डर ने जो है वो भी मुझे कुछ ख़ास एडवांटेज नहीं दिया. एज माई करेक्ट नेम स्पेंसर चर्चिल बिगेन विद एन एस, so I gained no more advantage from the alphabet than from the wider sphere of letters. Okay, the wider sphere of letters means I just got the you can say word knowledge. ठीक है, जो कि as you know that books are written in words, so हरूफ में किताबें लिखी जाती है, अल्फ़ाबेटिकल में लिखी जाती हैं. सो कहते हैं मैंने सिर्फ उनका नॉलेज हासिल किया, उससे मुझे फ़ायदा हुआ, बट जो एक लिस्ट में एक एडवांटेज हो सकता था मुझे, वो मुझे एडवांटेज नहीं मिला ड्यू टू माई नेम. So I was in fact only 2 from the bottom of the whole school. कहते पूरे स्कूल में से सिर्फ मैं जो बॉटम में से 2 नेम मेरे ऊपर थे. मीन टू से कि आफ्टर माई नेम दे वर जस्ट 2 स्टूडेंट्स down from my name in the list, and these 2 I regret to say. Regret mean regret कहते feel sorry about. I was upset, I was feel sorry upon this that they disappeared almost immediately through illness or some other cause. ये फ़ौरन ही जो है वो किसी वजह से या बीमारी से वो छोड़ गए. And unfortunately his name was at the लास्ट एट द बॉटम ऑफ द लिस्ट, ठीक है, सबसे एंड पे बेटा उसका नाम था. सो I continued in his unpretentious situation for nearly a year. कहता है कि जो unpretentious situation थी बेटा, it's mean simple या plain या बिल्कुल ही जो ordinary situation होती है, कहता I spent 1 year in it. So however, by being so long in the lowest form, I gained an immense advantage over the cleverer boys. कहते हैं कि पूरा जो है वो बाय बीइंग सो लॉन्ग इन द लोएस्ट फॉर्म, कहते हैं निचले दर्जे में वो ज़्यादा टाइम गुजारने की वजह से आई गेन एन इमेंस एडवांटेज ओवर द क्लेवरर बॉयज़. जो क्लेवरर बॉयज़ थे वो वेरी शार्प एंड इंटेलिजेंट, सो आई गॉट एन एडवांटेज ओवर दैम. सो दे ऑल वेंट ऑन टू बेटा एडवांटेज क्या था वो, what advantage did he get? So let's see that they all went on to learn Latin and Greek and splendid things like that. बेटा उस ज़माने में Latin and Greek they were very, you can say, highly qualified languages, and you know that a lot of English literature has been written by in Latin and Greek. बेटा इंग्लिश तो बाद में कहीं आई है. These languages were the original and main languages of ancient people, Latin and Greek. सो बेटा दीज वर टॉट, और आपको पता है कि लैटिन एंड ग्रीक दे वर टॉट एज वेल बाय मिस्टर चिप्स, ठीक है. जो हम मिस्टर चिप्स में हम नावल पढ़ रहे हैं उसमें भी जो है वो ही वॉज द टीचर ऑफ, ही वॉज प्रोफेसर और यू कैन से लेक्चरर ऑफ दीज लैंग्वेजेस. सो बट आई वॉज टॉट इंग्लिश, लेकिन बेटा उस ज़माने में इंग्लिश जो थी इट वॉज कंसिडर्ड एन ऑर्डिनरी लैंग्वेज, एक आम सी मामूली सी ज़ुबान समझी जाती थी. बट नाउ लुक एट दिस, ठीक है, that English has become an international language and the language of trade, science and technology. So beta what a change we see. Now we were considered such dunces that we could learn only English. Dunce beta क्या होते हैं, mean blockhead या idiot, कि इतने we were considered such an idiot that we could learn only English, कि हमें सिर्फ इंग्लिश ही पढ़ाई जाए. So Mr. Somerville, a most delightful man to whom my debt is great, was charged with the duty of teaching the stupidest boy. ये था कि उनको जो मिस्टर समरवेल थे, ठीक है, उनको who was very you can say delightful person, I give a lot of credit to him and I can't repay his debt. That mean कि I am very grateful to him that he taught me English. बेटा उनको ड्यूटी दी गई थी कि ही वुड टॉट द स्टूपिडेस्ट बॉयज़ लाइक स्पेंसर चर्चिल मोस्ट डिसरिगार्डिंग थिंग, नेमली टू राइट नियर इंग्लिश. और सिर्फ क्या था कि सिर्फ उनको इंग्लिश लिखना और पढ़ने का काम सौंपा गया, ठीक है बेटा. ही न्यू हाउ टू डू इट नाउ बिकॉज ही वॉज वेरी मच वेल you can say experienced and expert teacher, so he knew how to handle these stupid or dull boys. So he taught it as one no else has ever taught it. कहते उन्होंने उस तरह से पढ़ाया so that nobody can ever taught like this. Not only did we learn English parsing thoroughly, but we also practiced continually English analysis. Okay beta, parsing, what is parsing? Grammatical description of a word in context. कि ग्रामेटिकल डिस्क्रिप्शन आप उसकी करें कि व्हाट इज़ दिस, इज़ इधर इट इज़ अ सब्जेक्ट और ऑब्जेक्ट और वर्ब, नाउन, क्लोज, वट एवर इट इज़ दिस. सो इट इज़ कॉल्ड इंग्लिश पार्सिंग थॉरली. बट वी ऑल्सो प्रैक्टिस कंटिन्यूली इंग्लिश एनालिसिस. इंग्लिश एनालिसिस का काम भी जो है वो उन्होंने सीख लिया, हाउ टू एनालाइज अ सेंटेंस. ठीक है. सो मिस्टर समरवेल हैड अ सिस्टम ऑफ हिज ओन, मीन टू से ही हैज़ हिज ओन स्टाइल ऑफ टीचिंग that was quite different and it was even liked by Churchill. So he took a very long, fairly long sentence, fairly enough, ठीक है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा. So he took a fairly long sentence and broke it up in its components by means of black, red, blue and green ink. So he wrote a sentence, a very long sentence bit on the board, and he used to write with different markers, ठीक है, like black, red, blue and green inks. So क्या है उसमें बेटा लिखता, he wrote subject, like to say अगर if a sentence has a subject, so he writes it with a blue marker or red ink, ठीक है. Then object, then relative clause, then conditional clauses, then conjunctive and disjunctive clauses. So बेटा he, you can say, divided a sentence with different markers with different colors of inks. Okay beta. So each had its color and its bracket. It was a kind of drill. So beta, it was just a drill because the students, they very well understood that what is that particular part. Okay, we did it almost daily as I remained in the third 3 times as long as anyone else. I had 3 times as much of it. क्योंकि बेटा he spent 3 times more than every student, so he had an advantage to get that particular knowledge of sentences of grammar 3 times more. और 3 गुना ज़्यादा बेटा उसने वो नॉलेज हासिल किया क्योंकि उसको वहाँ पे रहने का ज़्यादा इत्तेफाक हुआ था. ठीक है. So I learned it thoroughly, thus I got into my bones the essential structure of the ordinary British sentence. और बेटा उसने British sentence का जो structure था, ठीक है. अब as you know that we follow the British English, ठीक है ना. So हमारी जो books हैं और हमारा जो way of teaching है, it is all British, so we follow it. And he says that I got into my bones, mean to say कि I got a lot of knowledge, and you can say he got a command over such type of sentences, ठीक है, which is a noble thing. And when in after years my school fellows who had won prizes and distinctions for writing such beautiful Latin poetry and pithy Greek epigrams had to come down again to common English. Now beta, what happened with those brilliant boys that after getting a lot of knowledge of Greek and Latin, they had to come down again to common English. उनको दोबारा से बेटा वो common English सीखनी पड़ी. और क्यों सीखनी पड़ी? To earn their living or make their way, अपनी रोज़ी कमाने के लिए. Because they had to get jobs. और उन दिनों बेटा English थी, it was getting its position. ठीक है. So I did not feel myself any disadvantage. फिर उसको बेटा कोई भी डिसएडवांटेज फील ना हुआ, ठीक है, कोई उसको नुकसान ना महसूस हुआ. नेचुरली आई एम बाइस्ड इन फेवर ऑफ बॉयज़ लर्निंग इंग्लिश. बाइस्ड मीन प्रेजुडिस्ड या इन्फ्लुएंशियल या पार्शियल. कहते हैं कि मैं जो है वो इस बारे में उनकी जो है उनको फेवर करता हूँ. नेचुरली आई एम बाइस्ड इन फेवर ऑफ बॉयज़ लर्निंग इंग्लिश. आई वुड मेक देम ऑल लर्न इंग्लिश. कहता है कि मैं उनकी हमायत में इंग्लिश सीखने वालों की हमायत में हूँ और मैं इन सबको इंग्लिश सिखाऊंगा. आई वुड मेक देम ऑल लर्न इंग्लिश एंड देन आई वुड लेट द क्लेवर वंस लर्न लैटिन एज इन ऑनर एंड ग्रीक एज अ ट्रीट. और फिर मैं उनको कहूँगा जो क्लेवर बॉयज़ हैं, जो ज़हीन हैं, दैट एज अ ऑनर, कि वो एज एन टू गेट एन ऑनर दे शुड लर्न लैटिन एंड ग्रीक एज अ ट्रीट. और ट्रीट मीन जस्ट फॉर प्लेजर और जस्ट फॉर फन, कि वो जस्ट फॉर फन और इन्जॉयमेंट के लिए लैंग्वेज को सीखें, वेर एज इंग्लिश इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी फॉर दैम. सो बेटा, बट द ओनली थिंग आई वुड विप मीन लैश, पनिश, ठीक है, विप दैम फॉर इज़ नॉट नोइंग इंग्लिश. आई वुड विप दैम हार्ड फॉर इट. कहते कि मैं उनको इसके लिए सख्त सज़ा दूँगा इफ़ दे वुडंट लर्न इंग्लिश. मीन टू से कि ही understood that how much English was important. And beta English learning, it gave him a lot of, you can say, advantage for his political career, and he spent a very successful life, and he was very, you can say, honored. He had a great honor for his teachers and who performed very well in his life. So beta, this was a chapter, and this was, you can say, the thing that happened to a very, you can say, famous personality of the history, and who had a very bright career, and he was twice a prime minister. So beta, it's very honor to know, to learn about the lives of such a great personalities, that how, and it's beta gives us a message that hard work is the key to success. Even if you are an average person, if you are an average student, so don't lose your heart. Okay, so this is the basic key. Like Spencer Churchill, he didn't ever give up. He did a lot of hard work, and now you can say that he got a very prominent place in the history. And it was just because although he was not very brilliant student, yet he was a hard worker. So beta, hard work is the basic key to get success in your life. So beta, be hard worker, be ambitious, and focus on your goal. This is the, you can say, message that we get from this particular essay. So beta, I hope you have well understood, and Till tomorrow's lecture, stay blessed and Allah Hafiz.